This is the Leitmotif and Movement Podcast, a father and son's journey into the vast worlds of music. I'm your host, Mike Ficklin, and joining me on this epic musical journey is my son,
Michael Ficklin.
This show is dedicated to the discussion of music and introducing Michael to music from the past and present. We mainly discuss the genres of rock, hard rock, and heavy metal. We also from time to time dive into film and video game scores, and we sprinkle in some surprises along the way. And today, we have one of those surprises. We're kicking off this episode with a very special guest, Freddie, the vocalist of Against I. And that'll be followed by our full breakdown of their new album, Anti-Life. Let's jump right into that conversation. We've got a very special guest with us today. We are honored to have Against I vocalist Freddie with us today to discuss the band's upcoming record, Anti-Life, which is due out on March 13th. Freddie, thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
Awesome. So, indulge me for a moment. Take me back to the beginning. What was your entry point with metal, and when was it you heard the call to become a musician? Was there one specific album or concert that flipped the switch for you?
Yeah, I mean that's actually a simple one. But if we go really really long back, the first album that I got that got me into metal was Somewhere in Time from Iron Maiden. I think it was from '83, wasn't it? But the one that really made me want to become a vocalist is Pantera's Vulgar Display of Power.
Yes.
Like when I heard Philip Anselmo, I was like, dude, this is what I want to do. It's like it just blew me away. It had everything from being like heavy and like melodic, and just the vocal range of Philip Anselmo. Holy
Totally agree. Was there one particular song off of Vulgar Display that just really set it off for you?
yes, Hostile.
Yeah, dude. Great
It's
song,
like,
man.
it is, isn't it? It's just so right in your face. It's like, especially back then in the 90s, it was, yeah, of course there were heavier stuff, but this stuff was like just so good. Like everything from the guitars to the drums and vocals and everything.
Yeah, Dime remains one of the greatest guitarists I think I've ever heard in metal, period. Not only from a technical standpoint, but just from the groove standpoint.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Michael, you want to take the next question?
Okay.
This is a break.
Actually, I'm gonna let you have this one. Not
Okay. Yeah, so following you on social media, Freddie, I know that you're also a chef. I suspect that the draw to being a chef is there's a certain sense of artistry to it.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, I always say that my cooking is like my music making. It's like it's okay, but I don't follow any recipe or rules or anything. It's like, don't give me a recipe. I don't like cooking after recipes. I just like to go by feeling. It's like if I hear something that I like, it's the same. If I taste something that I like, I know I like it. You understand what I'm saying? It's like
Absolutely.
more everything is just a lot of feeling, a lot of trying, experimenting. That's the way I do things, both musically and in my normal everyday chef life. And it is a type of artistry, of course, but it's more like a puzzle. You have to take the pieces and try to fit them all together and everything.
Do you actually work at a restaurant, Freddie? I don't think I've ever actually seen that, but I see you post food all the time.
I do. I actually work at Volvo HQ. It's a lunch restaurant here in Gothenburg, where
Okay.
where Volvo has it's the birthplace of Volvo, pretty much. So it's a normal 6 to 3 o'clock job, no weekends. Very creative. I'm very free to do whatever I feel like doing. So it's nice. It's really good.
Helps keeps that artistic vibe flowing when you're ready to get to the music.
Yeah, exactly. The only problem is getting up super early, so you're really tired when you get home. So it's time management. You know what I mean?
I have to imagine it's kind of like composing a symphony sometimes when you get that dish just right, you know.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's sometimes it's easier and sometimes it's harder. It's like with everything. It depends on. I think it's a little bit from day to day, kind of.
That makes sense. It's kind of like that with writing music too, right? Sometimes you're just not feeling it. The inspiration isn't there.
Yeah, and but sometimes if it takes too long, you gotta force it out a little bit. I know it doesn't sound good when I say that, but trust me on when I feel like I'm stuck, I can just if I just try to force it out a little bit, it usually loosens up. And since I have others to work who works with me, it's easier as well because as long as they get something to work with, I will get something back, and maybe that will inspire me, to create something better.
Yeah, so you start kind of working off of each other and kind of inspiring each other.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Michael, you want to take the next one?
As a chef, you have to be precise with ingredients. Do you approach songwriting with that same recipe mindset?
Both yes and no. I wouldn't say like cooking food is not always so precise. It's just that you need a know-how of what to combine. Like it's the same with music. If you have a good that's what I'm looking for, grasp of what you're gonna make, then you know where to start. But you can never add too much in the beginning because you can't take away things afterwards. It's better to, you know, start with a good base and then just slowly adding things until you get the perfect balance. That's pretty much how I see it, anyways.
So when you're actually sitting down to write music, then are you taking like a more add more now and we can peel back later, as opposite to creating a recipe?
Um, Sometimes yes, but most of the time I try to scale back a little bit. So I might not, I might go with the thing is that the drums I make and the drums that gets is on the finished product. It's a totally different beast because usually Anders don't get to hear the drums. It's just for me and for Matthias to be able to, have something to work on. But either way, what I was gonna say is that like I can always sometimes add orchestral parts and then I maybe add too much. So yeah, of course I can take out some things after guitar and bass and everything is on there. But usually I start it a little bit safer, add something just for like a placement holder, and then I can add things afterwards.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you program some drums just so you have some rhythm to work with, and then let Anders do his thing when it's time for him to add his own pieces to it.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. Well, since we're talking about the recipe for your music, let's look at the new dish you've prepared. Anti Life is coming out on March 13th. The title itself is pretty heavy. What was the headspace you were in when you started writing this specific collection of songs?
Oh, the thing is that I don't always have the lyrics or like song titles ready. If we go back one album, back to uh, um, Songs for the Dying, everything, all the title tracks was just Roman numerals, and it was such a pain in the ass. It was a great idea up until you get to 11, and then everything starts to get messed up. So now I usually just write a random title for something. But the the headspace I was in, if we're going back to that, is right now we're at a point in time where most of us haven't seen or like not most of us. I'm rephrasing it wrong. What I feel is like we're starting to go towards, if we're not even there, maybe the third world war,
Yeah.
because you just look at how the world is today. It's dark. It's really dark. It's grim. We have like countries randomly attacking other countries. It's like it's it's pretty bleak, to be honest. And so this album was mostly written about that. It's like we are not pro-life, we are anti-life. That's the way I see it at the moment, and it's pretty scary when you think about it. It's not We're not trying to improve our lives, we are destroying them.
Yeah,
Not
you're not
we
wrong.
specifically, but humanity.
You're absolutely not wrong. I'm not sure where the turn took to start taking those steps towards the darkness, but it has been swift, and it's certainly come here over the last decade, especially where Michael and I are. It's uh it's definitely disturbing, and I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, and that's why you can look at the lyrics. They are, I mean, of course, usually I don't write everything like a straight road. But if you read between the lines and what things are about, you can kind of interpret what I'm trying to say, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. In fact, I took some notes based on your lyrics and stuff, and I had a feeling that that's where it was going. So I think I interpreted them correctly.
Yeah, it's like I don't hate people or a specific country or anything. What I hate is the leaders that are
Sure.
bringing bringing ruin to their own people and to other people as well. It's like I don't like the way the world works. And I mean, yeah, America has been in a lot of like bad lights, or how you say it. And of course, I know not everyone supports what's going on, and I
Yeah.
will never judge all the whole of American people just because of one thing. I don't really like politics, to be honest, but
Yeah,
sadly
you and
we
I are
get
in the
drawn
same
into
boat.
it. Yeah, it's like I want people to live a happy lives. I want people to not suffer. But if I write happy songs, how metal would that be?
Heavy metal guys doing non-metal things.
Exactly. It's just that this darkness that we have inside of us, it's a perfect catalyst to get the feelings out without being violent or anything. It's just, you have all this pent up anger. Like, what the hell are we doing? So it's perfect to get it out.
Absolutely. So, writing and performing music with themes this dark and bleak requires a lot of emotional output. Do you find that getting it out on the record acts as a release for you, or does dwelling in that anti life headspace for the duration of a recording session leave a mark on you?
I don't think it leaves a mark on me, to be honest, because as soon as the album or EP or single or whatever is done, I just move on to the next. It's not like I mean, there's always darkness around and there's always darkness inside. Not everything is always sunshine and rainbows, but like when it's done, it's done. Then you move on. So it's kind of like a relief, I think.
So it kind of serves as sort of the your cathartic release, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. Once it's done, it's done. You don't have to dwell in the darkness, because I think if you do, it will affect you too much, and nobody needs that in their life.
Totally. So when you're walking away from doing these really heavy songs here with the really heavy subject matter, is that when you like to go pick up, a game or something like that and get in a different headspace?
I don't really think that way, to be honest. I do pretty much whatever I feel like doing. If I feel like gaming one day and then do some music, I do that, or vice versa, or watch something on YouTube or whatever. It's like I don't have a specific way I need to do things. It's just random, pretty much.
So the album concludes with All Hope Is Gone, which feels like a very definitive, heavy door slamming shut. When you were sequencing the record, did you always know that this song was going to be the final destination, or did the record become more pessimistic as you wrote it?
It's funny you mentioned that song, and I had already forgotten that it's the last song, but it was actually it was actually the first single that we released from the album. It wasn't even supposed to be on the album until Matthias said to me, we should add that song as well. And I was like, okay. And then I don't remember if we said if we're gonna add it as the last song or not, but it ended up there. I like it's a different beast. That's why I was a little bit hesitant to add it on the album because I think it's very different compared to the other songs on the album, in a way. But maybe it isn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, for you to say that, I would have never thought that because it doesn't, to me, it doesn't feel like an add-on. It definitely feels like the end of the journey, right? It feels like a perfect close to the record, if you will.
That's great. Then obviously we did a good job if you feel that way. I think I'm just more skeptic towards my own stuff, even though I think and everybody and their grandmother will always say that their best work is the newest one that
Sure.
you put out. But I honestly think that this album blows everything we did before out of the water. Like I feel like we finally found where we want to be in terms of sound and everything.
I was gonna say I definitely have heard the marked growth between your where you started to where you are now and stuff, and I have to agree, the as far as the music itself, the composition of the music itself, it's definitely a huge step forward for you guys. It sounds great.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. I'm really happy that you enjoy it.
All right, Freddie. So to finish up, we'd like to do a little segment we call Rapid Fire. We're going to
Okay.
ask you a series of questions that we don't want you to think too hard about. Just give us the first things that pop in your head.
Oh dear. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so question number one. You're stranded on a desert island with only a portable CD player, infinite batteries, and three CDs. What are the three CDs?
Vulgar display of power. Uh God damn it. What's the name of the newest cattle decapitation? You know?
I don't know right off the top of my head. I'd have to think about it for a second.
Yeah, it's that one, anyways, and also the latest one by Morse Principum Est, which I also don't remember. Something with death.
Awesome.
But yeah, those three.
Great answer. Uh, does pineapple belong on pizza?
I don't really care for it, to be honest, but I also don't judge.
Fair enough. So you're starting a supergroup. Who are the three musicians, living or dead, that you want in the group?
Oh, that's a hard one. I think Dirk, he was the old drummer in Soilwork. Dirk something. I can't pronounce his last name. It's super hard. Him on drums anyway. He's super talented. Zach Wild on lead
Oh,
guitar.
great choice.
Um, ooh, bassist. Maybe the guy from. Uh, oh, this is so hard. Can't even remember Mudvayne. The bassist from Mudvayne. I have
Mudvayne?
no idea.
Yeah,
He's great.
he's got a
And
great
then
sound.
yeah, he does. And then I would like some other technical guitar player. I'm gonna leave that. I don't. I have no idea. I don't know a lot of the names of the musicians that are in various groups. To be honest.
That's okay. We definitely picked up the vibe that you were going for, though. I
Yeah,
I love the Zach Wild choice. Great choice.
yeah, because he can pull off some really awesome stuff. I think you could get something melodic and really heavy with him.
Totally. All right, last question, Freddie.
Yeah.
Was Lars right?
I don't know about what. I'm gonna say no. Just gonna say no.
Was referring specifically to his commentary about how digital music was going to basically be the end of the industry and stuff. So,
Yeah, no, I don't agree. There is both good and bad things with being digital. Of course, it has taken away some of the more interesting aspects of music when you could pick up a CD just by looking at the artwork and everything. But
yeah,
in all honesty, would I be sitting here talking with you guys if the digital music digitally wouldn't have taken off? Probably not. So there's a lot of things to be grateful for, as well as
100%.
as bad, I guess.
Well, Freddie, this has been an absolute blast. Thank you
Uh,
for the peek behind the curtain of Anti Life. For everyone listening, make sure you head over to Bandcamp to pre-order the record. I will drop the Bandcamp link in our show notes and make sure to share it around social media here. Freddie, do you have anything you would like to plug?
Thanks for having me, and I really hope that everyone who's listening will enjoy the new album. And even if you don't buy it, just stream it. It's equally as good. I'm grateful. We are grateful either way.
And again, that does drop on March 13th.
Yes,
Freddie,
sir.
thanks again for joining us. Thanks so much for letting us pick your brain here.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. All right, Michael, did you enjoy that conversation with Freddie?
Yes, very much.
That was awesome. We're going to have him back on the show.
Yes, we will.
All right, Michael, let's get into the new Against I record here. It's titled Anti Life. It drops on March the 13th. You can purchase the album from their Bandcamp page, tfreco.bandcamp.com, and that link will be in the show notes. You can also stream it once it goes live. The band is a blackened death metal project from Sweden. The band features Freddie on vocals, production, and synths, Anders on drums, and Matthias on guitar and bass. Let's go ahead and get into our track-by-track breakdown. Michael, we kick things off with track number 1. This is In Death's Grip. What do you got on this one?
I love that suspension leading into that main guitar riff and drum work. It's amazing.
Yeah, that suspense.
It's an amazing build-in.
Yeah, it is.
I also it just builds in so well into each other because we start from like ominous noise, like ambience, into the main guitar riff and drum work, into everything else. You know?
Yeah, the intro to this song builds very ominously before breaking into that full metal gear. The band incorporates some atmospherics into the song that lend to that ominous feel. The machine gun drums from Anders are relentless, driving the rhythm of the song. Freddie's growls are dripping with sinister intent. The guitars are blistering and predatory. The sonic onslaught does give way to a more melodic chorus as Freddie delivers the bleak lyrics. Heavy as hell opener.
Yes. Very heavy.
Michael, anything else on In Death's Grip?
I love that ending. It goes into that drum hitting of the drum and strumming of the guitar to end out the song into like ambience.
Yep. All right, Michael, on to track number 2. This is Built to Destroy. What do you got on this?
I love how eerie this song opens, like with this song opening, how eerie it is. And
Kind of
then it get
chilling.
and then it gets into that like sinister like guitar riff. It's just like full on eerie. And then that and then Freddie's screaming vocals just add on to that.
Unsettling
Yes.
in all the right ways. The opening atmospherics on this song very much remind me of something from a Nine Inch Nails song, specifically from the Downward Spiral era. It's disturbing and unsettling. This gives way to an ominous, sludgy, Black Sabbath like guitar riff before getting into a more up tempo sonic assault. There are times when this song takes on an almost Pantera like groove. There's a viciousness to the song that goes right along with the message of the song. Kruna's blood-curdling growls deliver the lyrics that deal with man's warlike nature, using war to set new courses for mankind. It's a bleak observation, but all too true. Michael, do you have anything else on Built to Destroy?
Just a sinister guitar riff.
Yeah, it is.
Really sinister.
In all the right ways.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Michael, we'll move on to track number 3. This is Anti-Life. What do you got on this?
Why does this opening remind me of like heading into one of the towns in Final Fantasy? Or like one of the battle musics. You know?
I could see it. I could see it.
And then it's just calm, chill, and then all of a sudden it goes silent and it's a full metal explosion on your ears. I I think that is probably one of the best switch ups that I've seen. You know?
You got the calm before the storm, and then you get the storm. You get like the F5 tornado.
EMF 5 be going hard.
This song delivers one of my favorite moments on the record when it goes into this ethereal breakdown, complete with a background chorus about halfway through the song. The guitar riffs on the song are absolutely vicious. Lyrically, I think Freddie is delivering a warning. Humanity is killing itself and the planet along with it. It's humanity's callousness and propensity for war. It's a similar message to the chilling one that Agent Smith delivers to Morpheus in the film The Matrix, equating humanity to a virus. Michael, do you have anything else on Anti-Life?
That is a interesting relate back to.
You ever seen The Matrix before?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Do you agree with what I was saying?
I've only seen it once, so like I haven't. But I don't really know like exact quotes, but I would probably have to agree. I don't know.
Maybe we'll have to listen to the album again, and then you can watch The Matrix right after, and you can tell me if you definitely agree then. All right, Michael. Let's move on to track number 4. This is Darkness Within. What do you got on this?
I really like that driving drum work and guitar riff at that opening. It's amazing. I don't even know how to picture how to do that, you know?
Does it make you want to pick up your guitar and play?
Yeah. I like that riff so much. It's I don't know. I really like Freddie's vocals on this song. It just adds on within this song, and you definitely feel a darkness in this song.
For
Hence
sure.
why it's called Darkness
Darkness
Within.
Within. The opening to the song has a doom-laden feel to it. The song reminds me very much of early Arch Enemy. It's heavy and melodic. Freddie's growling vocals drip with venom. I love when the drums go halftime on the song. It creates a bit of space that provides a lot of tension and menace. Lyrically, I think Freddie is referring to being a cog in the wheel, or a slave to the machine, if you will, fighting for your right to exist, hoping to be heard when you express your concerns. Ultimately, while the powerful grow more powerful, the have-nots get left behind to die. Pretty heavy.
Yeah?
Michael, do you have anything else on Darkness Within?
It's just amazing.
Hard.
Yes.
All right, Michael, let's go on to track number 5. This is Descend. What do you got on this?
I love that opening drum to open into that song.
Yeah, it's absolutely thunderous, man. Might be the
And
best drum sound on the entire record.
And then you just got that backup riff to add on. And then, of course, our GOAT, Freddie, on vocals.
The guitar work goes hard, but does have quite a bit of melody. The chorus of the song has a chilling atmosphere with the added keyboards. Freddie growls each blood-curdling lyric with a demonic snarl. Lyrically, I believe that Freddie is detailing what it must be like to give in to despair and take one's own life. Michael, do you have anything else on Descend?
Your lyrical
Diagnosis?
yeah, is got dark pretty fast.
It sure did. All right, we'll move on to track number 6. This is Temple of Greed. Michael, what do you got on this?
Why at the beginning did it remind me of one of the songs off the most recent Evergrey album? You know?
Oh, yeah?
I forget what song it kind of sounds like, but it sounds like one of the songs off that album. Like at the very beginning of the first strumming of the guitar, it reminds me of one of the songs off the newest Evergrey album.
Okay.
But it sounds nothing like it.
Once it actually gets into the song.
Yeah. After the first, second of strumming, it goes straight into full metal.
Just goes for the jugular.
Yeah. You won't have a jugular left.
We get this, slow burn opening to this one before the song breaks into its full metal attack. The guitar work underneath the spoken word section is so good.
Mhm.
It provides this ominous, uneasy feeling.
Yeah, it just gives sinister immediately.
Yeah.
You know?
The closing 10 seconds of the song is absolutely killer. The machine gun drums are going, cymbals bashing, and the guitar riff has a head-banging groove. Lyrically, I think Freddie is giving commentary on corruption, greed, and avarice running through religion. Michael, do you have anything else on Temple of Greed?
I think the Temple of Greed is flourishing right now.
You ain't wrong. All right, Michael, that'll take us into track number 7. This is Empire of Bones. What do you got on this?
Are we Bones?
Maybe here before long.
Yeah. The opening with the war horns. and then the like after the second blow of the war horn, it goes into that nice riff just to add on to the feeling.
Yeah, those war horns are super ominous.
Yeah, and then you get into that drum work. With that drum work, I can't express how much I love the drum work on this album.
Very, very good. It's very
Yes,
technical.
better than anything I could probably pull off.
Yeah. After we get out of those war horns, we're greeted with a chugging guitar riff as we get into the first verse. The keyboards in the background provide additional haunting atmosphere to the song. Freddie's growling delivery of the lyrics adds an additional element of darkness. The sound of the drums on the song is also killer. Lyrically, I believe this song is about mankind's violent nature and how, in all the time of its existence, it has never changed. We're still fighting wars and killing ourselves, possibly pushing ourselves toward extinction.
Yeah, that got dark.
Bleak.
Yeah, we probably need to put a warning somewhere. You know?
Maybe. All right, Michael.
It's just made
Oh, go ahead.
I was it's just mainly because of the topic that we need to put a warning.
It's just a little bleak. All right, Michael. Anything else on Empire of Bones?
I do not.
All right. So let's get into track number 8. This is Greed. What do you got on this?
Why does this sound like something that would come off of a Pantera album?
Yeah, dude. Yep.
Even though I've only listened to one Pantera album, it sounds like something that would come off a Pantera album, though.
Particularly the start of the song definitely reminds me of something Pantera might have written.
It's really nice and aggressive, I feel like, you know?
Groovy.
Mm-hmm. The screaming vocals just adds on. It's the perfect. It's like finally completing that 5,000 piece puzzle. And you have the last piece.
Yeah. For me, as we get into the song proper, I'm reminded of Children of Bodom. There's that dark, theatrical atmosphere that Children of Bodom were known for. It's got that blend of aggression and atmosphere. Lyrically, I think Freddie is giving commentary on the powerful preying upon the weak. The powerful continue to take and amass more wealth while the rest of us suffer. It's almost like a companion piece to Temple of Greed. Michael, do you have anything else on Greed?
I do not.
All right. So let's move on to track number 9. This is Sacrifice. What do you got on this?
This opening, it sounds like heroic and like at the beginning, but like I don't feel like it's heroic at all. The lyrical content.
Yeah, I think it kind of reminds me a bit of like a Black Sabbath. It's a very Sabbath sounding riff.
It does sound like Sabbath a lot. And then you get it's like really happy in a way. But based on the title, I don't feel like it's supposed to be happy.
I think what you're referring to here is the kind of the tenor, the sound of the song. I think it's really quite melodic, especially during the pre-chorus, in the added keyboards kind of really help set the mood on the song. It's a really sinister, foreboding sounding song on the whole. Lyrically, I think that this is a commentary on people that get caught up in a cult of personality. They willingly follow the wolf in sheep's clothing and believe anything the cult of personality says.
Cult of personality. I think of a song. Name that.
Totally.
uh,
Michael, do you have anything else on Sacrifice?
I do not.
All right. So now we'll get into track number 10. This is Throne of Tyranny. What do you got on this one?
I really like this opening riff. It's really different from the whole entire album. And then it just when the drums kick in, it just like mixes perfectly. And it just mixes perfectly. This whole entire song, it just mixes perfectly. I really like that riff so much. I really like that. I don't know. It just says like a me want to pick up guitar type riff.
Yeah, dude. This song definitely features some of my favorite guitar work on the album. It's melodic and heavy as hell. The verses kind of have an 80s metal feel to them. The galloping drums during the verses add a headbanging, get in the pit vibe. During the chorus, I get this feeling of being in a dark fantasy movie, in the dark, terrible lair of some mythic monster. Lyrically, I feel like this goes hand in hand with the previous song, Sacrifice. This is about the tyrannical cult of personality themselves, how this tyrant is destined to destroy all that has been built, leaving the country as a hollow husk of what it had once been. Michael, do you have anything else on Throne of Tyranny?
I do not.
All right. So we'll move on to track 11. This is War Never Ends. What do you got on this one?
You really get a nice, heavy riff to open up the song. I really like that. And then it kind of sounds like there's like a mini like vocal, like a little tiny vocal part in the very background, like a church choir, or like a you're
like
hearing
some ethereal vocalizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you hear it throughout the whole entire song. If you really listen in.
It gives it this really ethereal, kind of ominous mood, doesn't it?
Why does this kind of remind me of an Opeth song? You know?
How much Opeth do you actually know, sir?
A decent amount.
Yeah,
You know,
song,
I know like 2 hours.
yeah, I was gonna say, I know you definitely know the one that we've covered, and I think you know a little bit of Blackwater Park, but that's probably about it. This song opens up with some heavy chugging guitar riffs, accompanied by some snare rolling that are reminiscent of war drums. This gives way to a more mid-tempo section for the first verse. Things pick up a bit for the chorus. The layered keyboards add an epic sense of sadness and emotion. This song on the whole is a bit more melodic than it is thrashy. It's quite good. Lyrically, this is a commentary on the warlike nature of mankind. Michael, do you have anything else on War Never Ends?
I do not.
Okay. So we'll move right along to track number 12. This is Where We Lay to Rest. Michael, what do you got on this?
Why is this the little bit of Anthrax I've heard? Why does it sound like it's something that Anthrax would write at the opening?
Especially the way it opens up. Definitely
Yeah,
reminds me a bit of something that Anthrax might do.
it's that riff is very like thrashy, kind of. You know,
Yep.
I really like the vocals on the song and awesome drum work.
Freddie's growling vocals lend to the haunting, bleak atmosphere of the song. There's some outstanding guitar work on this song. My favorite riffs come in around the 2:13 mark. The guitar work here sounds like a throwback to 80s heavy metal, a bit Judas Priest or Iron Maiden like. Lyrically, this is a not so subtle death metal jam. It's painting a disturbingly accurate picture of what happens to us once we've departed this mortal coil.
I really like that middle. I think it was like a minute or like 30 in. I think with like that the drum work and the like strumming of the guitar. I really like that. It's
Like
really
that section?
unique.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what section I'm talking about?
Probably the same one I was talking about. The starts around the 2:13 mark.
I I don't know. Maybe. We have very different. We are like 30 seconds between each other. There's the thing.
Oh, maybe. I'll have to go back and re-listen to the section you're talking about. Michael, do you have anything else on Where We Lay to Rest?
I do not.
Okay. So now we'll get into track number 13. This is Symphony for the End. Michael, what do you got on this?
This really the opening sounds like a type of tribal type. I don't know. It just seems I don't know. I'm just gonna lay that thought to rest. You
Yeah,
know?
it's kind of got this doom-laden tribal feel to the intro.
And then that amazing drum work like at the breakdown heading into that I think it's in the chorus or like heading into it. It's amazing. And those riffs don't disappoint at all. And Freddie's vocals, our goat Freddie, did not disappoint.
I really enjoy the chorus guitar riffs on this song. There's something akin to a Lamb of God sound to the music here. It's thrashy, groovy, and dark. There's a keyboard-led breakdown around the midway point before breaking into the final metal assault that takes us the rest of the way. Lyrically, I take this a couple of different ways. It could be a commentary on destruction of the world through war, or perhaps nuclear holocaust. Or it could perhaps be a commentary on the effects of global warming, pushing all life on the planet towards extinction. Either way, the message is bleak but clear.
Yeah.
Michael, do you have anything else on Symphony for the End?
I do not.
All right. So then I'll take us to the final track on the album. This is All Hope Is Gone. Michael, what do you got on this?
I feel very unsettled at this beginning. It is very unsettling.
Yeah, the atmospherics, they're very disorienting and creepy.
And then it we don't even get a second to like break off and like take a breath. It's attacking that riff and Freddie's vocals and drum work. It's just instantly there. It just appears right in your face. You know?
Comes at you relentlessly. Freddy's blood-curdling screams drip with hopelessness and despair. The pre-chorus music has a high level of intensity and bleakness and are my favorite parts of the song. Lyrically, this is definitely the most pitch black song on the album. The song openly chastises and calls out the God that would allow his children to go through the hell of war. As his people cower in fear at death's doorstep, they realize that there's no hope left for rescue or reprieve. Pretty bleak.
Yeah.
And a good way to close an album called Anti-Life.
Yeah.
All right, Michael, anything else on All Hope Is Gone?
Nope.
Okay. So that will take us to our final thoughts and our overall album ratings. Michael, go ahead and give us your final thoughts and your rating out of 5.
I really like this album. I enjoyed the amazing riffs, the unique sounds with the atmosphere of the album, and Freddie's vocals, amazing. And it just combines into an amazing album. And I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Michael gives it 4.5 out of 5. For me, Against I continue their growth with this, their third record. Musically, the band is a house on fire. Anders' blistering drums, Matthias's melodic but heavy guitar riffs, Freddie's atmospheric keyboards, and his venomous screams combine to form one apocalyptic as hell outing. Anti-Life is a nuclear assault on the senses. The album minces no words and isn't coy about its commentary. It's a pitch black look at the state of the world and what will happen if we don't find a way to change. It gets a 4 out of 5 from me. All right, that'll take us to our question for the audience. What is your favorite track on Anti-Life and why? And with that said, we want to hear from you. We will read your emails and messages on the show. We have only one request. Keep them clean. There are several ways to contact us. You can email us at lightmovepod@gmail.com. You can also reach us on several social media platforms such as Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, and Threads. Details on how to connect with us are in the show notes. We are part of the SPDM Crew Podcast Network. Check out all of the podcasts on the network by visiting spdmcrew.com.
If you like the show, subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform and share with your friends and family. We are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and a variety of other platforms. We're also on YouTube. Can't find us on your chosen platform? Shoot us a message and let us know. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. This helps us be found in the algorithm. Make them good and we'll read them on the air. Are you in a band and you'd like for us to check you out and possibly drop a recommendation on the show? Shoot us a message. We'd love to check you out and give you a shout.
We'd like to thank you very much for listening to the Leitmotif and Movement Podcast.
Take care and enjoy music.